Leviticus 7, Part 2. The Lord continued speaking to Moses, and he gave additional instructions for peace offerings. The Lord said that when giving a peace offering for the purpose of expressing thanks, it must still be done with the usual animal sacrifice, but it must be accompanied with a variety of bread that were made without any yeast. These breads may be presented in the form of thin cakes mixed with olive oil, wafers spread with oil, and cakes made of choice flour mixed with olive oil. In addition to the animal sacrifice and the bread without yeast, this peace offering must also include loaves of bread made with yeast. One of each kind of bread must be presented as a gift to the Lord, and these would then belong to the priest who splattered the animal's blood against the altar. The meat of the animal of this peace offering must be eaten on the day it is offered, and it must not be saved for the next morning. However, for peace offerings that were given for the purpose of either fulfilling a vow or as a voluntary offering, the meat must be eaten on the same day as well, but the leftovers may be eaten on the next day. However, any leftover meat on the third day must not be eaten. It must be completely burned up instead, for God will not accept the peace offering if the meat is eaten on the third day. By that time, the meat would be contaminated, and if it is eaten, it is already a sin, and there will be a punishment. Moreover, any meat that touches anything ceremonially unclean must not be eaten. It must be completely burned up instead. The rest of the meat may be eaten, but only by the people who are ceremonially clean. And if a ceremonially unclean person eats the meat from a peace offering presented to the Lord, that person will be cut off from the community. And if someone touches anything that is unclean, and then eat the meat from the peace offering presented to the Lord, that person will also be cut off from the community. And that's Leviticus 7, Part 2.